So I'm going to get you to think of a card.
Okay.
All right. Thinking of a card?
Yes.
All right. Say the card.
King of Diamonds.
King of Diamonds. It's my little man over there, little cartoon character. I'm going to go through. Check this out. Little man. Look, he's getting into the cannon. Do you see that?
Uh-huh. Oh, I like it. Now, how did you create that? Welcome back, everyone, to the School of Greatness podcast. We have Mr. Black Magic himself, Julius Dein, in the house.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good to see you. Now, you have, I think you've gained over 1 billion views on your videos. You're one of the biggest social media stars right now, specifically on Facebook with over 10 million fans. You've got videos that have over 100 million views, and it seems like every video put out now gets at least like 30, 40, 50 million views within a few days.
Right.
So you've kind of cracked the code on a couple of things. One, doing funny magic that's like mind-blowing, inspiring, fun. You have this kind of fun-loving approach to it. And two, translating your craft, your art, into something that people see all over the world. And most people have neither of those. They don't have a talent, and they don't know how to turn their talent in that's shared to the world. And then some people who have a powerful gift that no one knows about them, or they get 1,000 views, haven't learned how to translate it into millions of views or millions of fans or an audience. Right. You've done both of those, and you're only 23. You're from London. And it's been fun to connect. This is our third time meeting this week, right? We met a few nights ago, then another night. So it's been really cool to connect with you, and I'm excited that you're here. So thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you did a couple tricks for my team before. It's funny, Sarah, my assistant, she's like got nervous when I showed her one of your videos yesterday. She's like, "What is this guy doing? How is he doing all this stuff?"
Yeah, she ran away from me.
She ran away.
Yeah, I saw that.
She was like praying this morning. She's like, "I don't know when he's going to show up." And I go, "Don't worry, it's all just magic."
Yeah.
But I'm excited you're here, man. It's been cool. And when did you first get into the idea of magic? When was your first trick, or when were you like, I want to be like that magician?
Yeah, so it was just when I was a kid. I was 9 years old. I picked up a magic set, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. Started doing it, getting reactions, and then I fell in love with the art. And over the last 10 years, I've just been performing at higher and higher levels. And when I was 14, 15, I got my first job doing a bar mitzvah, and then I started doing a few parties. And then whilst I was at university, I got into social media.
Really?
Which changed the
Where did you go to school?
I went to King's College London.
King's College. Okay. So you were going to school. Were you making money as a magician before then?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I was getting the odd
something,
gig.
or?
Something like that, yeah. I thought I was killing life. I was like, whoa, I'm getting
250 bar mitzvah, yeah.
Cash.
Right. And what were you going to school for then?
I was studying international relations, like history, economics type thing. Yeah, at my university. And I was going because my parents were like, right, you don't know what you're doing in your life. Being a magician,
this magic thing isn't going to make any money. It's just a hobby.
Yeah, well, they didn't say that, but they just said, look, it's good to have multiple options.
Got it.
And it doesn't hurt you to have a degree if you don't know what you're doing.
Sure. Did you always think you wanted to be a magician, like a full-time working magician, or was it just more of a hobby?
I actually wasn't interested in being just a magician. I was always was entrepreneurial. I was always thinking of ways I could expand my enterprise, which is why I got into social media, because social media is a way of scaling a business as a magician.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you think that magic was the tool that you wanted to be working in, at least?
I actually had ups and downs with magic. So I was obsessed with magic, and then whilst I was at university, I saw it I enjoyed it, but I saw it as more of a tool to be able to talk to people and to be able to like really break the ice very quickly. And then I in the last year I kind of moved away from it a bit, and then I've really got back into it in the last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you moved away for a couple of years, or like a year?
Yeah, it's kind of ups and downs.
Some months you're in it, and then other months you're like, I'm taking a break.
Yeah, exactly. Because I became known as, when I was at university, I became known as the magician. And everywhere I would go, people would say, do it. Oh, mate, he's a magician here. Show him a trick.
Sometimes you're like, all right, I'm over this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a human being as well.
Yeah, let me just like enjoy my moment.
Yeah. But then,
the first thing he came in, I was like, do a trick.
Yeah, downstairs was a security guy as well.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you're from Facebook. Yeah.
Does that get old for you when you're constantly asked to do stuff then, or no?
I came to a decision in my life. I was like, right. So I've built a social media following, and I've got a big audience now. Do I want to be defined as a magician? Because I know that for the rest of my life, wherever I go in the world, people are going to ask me, "I'll do a trick. You're the magician from Instagram or Facebook." And then I thought, you know what? It's fun. Like, it's really fun to be able to just entertain and amaze. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
Embrace it.
Exactly.
Embrace it. And you bring this level of, again, it's fun. People remember it. You do something where people are always going to remember you when you do a trick. If you just have a normal conversation with someone,
it's very true.
It may not be as memorable as like that one guy. I'm still blown away at how he did it, or it was just a fun moment.
Yeah.
And you bring other people around.
Yeah.
Again, it's the best icebreaker.
Yeah,
I don't know any other icebreaker that has an effect of shock, awe, inspire, like wonder. How did he do that?
Exactly. It makes people little kids again. People forget about their insecurities and trying to be cool, and people just become little kids again. It's a great way of breaking people down and getting right into the heart of who they are as a person.
Yeah, and because when you are blown away and you react like a crazy 3-year-old, that your mind is blown, you don't look cool when you're like, no way, and you're like freaking out.
Exactly.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
So you've learned to embrace it now.
Right.
And you don't mind when people ask you, you've always got something on you, you've got a deck of cards, you've got something pretty much all the time, right? You're ready to go. And are there tricks that you do that are better, that you're better than other things? Like, can you do things that just are sleight of hand, that you don't even need like props or anything? Or are you like card tricks, or do you have a certain style of tricks that you like the most?
Yeah, so I have a variety. Every magician has a pack of cards, as do I. I think it's really important to be able to do things without packs of cards. I get asked very commonly, "Oh, can you do something without a pack of cards?" And I can. So that's actually what I've incorporated into my videos. I try and do things that belong to people, like using phones, using rings,
coins, dollars.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, because that's more impromptu. People are like, "Whoa, this is my belongings." So it's not a setup.
Interesting. What gets the best reaction?
Best reaction is stuff that's super visual. The closer it is to real magic, the better the reaction. Sometimes magicians can beat around the bush with a pack of cards, put it in, all this complicated. There's something going on.
Right.
With the videos that I create, I try and make every clip, 10 seconds or so, 10 to 15 seconds, and the trick is just super, super visual. So bang, something crazy happens. Everyone freaks out. Next clip, moving on.
Wow.
Yeah. If you can make it fast paced, if you can make it like real magic, people are going to believe it's real magic. They're going to give you that reaction.
Wow. Okay, so in a moment we're gonna do a couple tricks.
Yeah.
And then after we do these tricks, I want to talk about and breaking down how to create the viral moments through video on social media, and how to grow your audience using this, because you've kind of cracked the code. You've got a formula that we were talking about the other night. So I think it'd be really fascinating to learn how you grew so quickly in really like a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
Kind of all this happened in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And how you're now teaching others. You did one case study where I'm not sure where this guy's at right now, but you showed me he had like 6,000 fans on
600.
Facebook. 600 fans.
This was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. And then you showed me that like 6 hours later at night, he had like 80,000 fans.
Yeah.
Do you know what's that?
Yeah.
What's he at?
Almost 300,000.
300,000 from one video.
Yeah.
So not only have you done this for yourself, but you've replicated and taught someone else how to do it, which I think is fascinating for my audience to learn, because we have a lot of people that are entrepreneurs that want to grow their business and learn about content creation. So we'll set up that trick first through you showing a trick and some of your magic on the podcast. So do you have one? You said you had two for us, right?
Yeah, I brought a couple of tricks along.
Okay, let's do one first.
All right, we'll do one. So I'm going to show you something with a pack of cards.
Okay.
Now, I said to you that everyone asks me to do magic all the time. And I do love it. I love being the magician, right? I've embraced it. But sometimes I'm like, I'm going to take a step out, right? So I brought with me my little friend today. All right, this is him over here.
Okay.
You see him?
The guy holding the cards, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out of a cannon.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, okay. And where's the camera? Is that the camera?
Right
okay,
here.
sit right there. All right. So I'm going to get you to think of a card.
Okay.
All right. Thinking of a card?
Yes.
All right. Say the card.
King of Diamonds.
King of Diamonds. It's my little man over there, little cartoon character. I'm going to go through. Check this out. Little man. Look, he's getting into the cannon. Do you see that?
Uh-huh. Oh, I like it. Now, how did you create that?
Oh, I just drew on every card.
Nice. He did the trick.
Yeah, there you go. I'll do it one more time just so you see that. Look.
Yes.
Little man. He's getting into the cannon.
Yes.
He's shooting out the cards. He's got one card. It's the King of Diamonds.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Smooth.
There you go.
Smooth operator.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And you have one more trick? Should we do it now? Or
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it.
I'm going to show you this, right? So, as a magician, I'm trying to influence people in different ways, okay? So, I've got a pack of cards. Right. Now, you're a smart guy. How many cards in a pack?
52, right?
52 cards, right? So, if you're going to split them into 4 equal piles.
Don't ask me to do math, but what is that?
4 piles of 13.
13, okay.
13, all right. So, sorry. You need to instinctively just take off 13 cards and put them over there. All right? Hold on. Okay, you need to do this instinctively, right? Because if you follow your intuition, this is going to work. All right, you're going to take off 13 cards. We're going to split them into 4 equal piles, and it's going to be through intuition. All right? So, 52 cards in the pack. 3, 2, 1, take off 13 cards, put them there. All right? All right, how do you think you did?
I think it's a little more.
Yeah? All right, fine. Another 13, put them there. Here we go. Just intuition. Go with the flow. Boom. Last 13, put them there. Okay. How do you think you've done?
Close.
Close?
I don't know. Close. It felt good.
Yeah? Yeah, it felt good? All right, let's see.
Felt good, but
All right, let's see.
might be 1 or 2 off.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, 15. All right, I wasn't quite the 13.
Yes.
But you did cut to the 4 aces.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All the cards are different, by the way.
Wow. So I cut to the aces, but not equally. But still pretty impressive.
Yeah, you cut to the 4 aces.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. You followed your intuition.
I don't know how I did it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, you're the magician, dude.
I am the
Who would have thought? Should be a bit worried, right? Giving away,
I like it.
Giving away the tricks of virality.
Wow.
If you're gonna,
I'm not sure how it's done. But that's pretty cool.
You did it, dude. I didn't touch it. Nice.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I'll have to ask him how he did it later. I like it, man. I like it. What's your favorite trick to do?
Favorite trick? I don't have a favorite trick.
You don't have a favorite trick?
No. I just test it on the individual. Like you're obviously you're business orientated. You're a thoughtful guy. You're very you seem intellectual. So I thought that this is kind of cool because I'm taking a step back.
Yeah.
And the odds of you cutting to 4 aces next to none.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought that would be cool. Sometimes if you've got like a really giggly person, I'll do something a little bit more visual where it's just like bang. Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That'd be Christine.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, man.
You know what I did with Christine earlier with the balls just jumping into her hand. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I was holding balls afterwards.
Exactly.
Another version of balls.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to wear it up. As a magician, I'm a performer as well. I've got to wear up each situation and just figure out what the best thing.
How much of it is the trick itself, and how much of it is the setup and the storytelling and the persuasion for you?
Yeah, storytelling. Well, it's funny because I would say storytelling is everything, but because I'm creating viral online videos, it's actually become more about the trick because every clip has to be short.
10 seconds.
Yeah. So
there's not as much storytelling.
Exactly. Yeah. So for live performance, it's about the story. It's about the character. But for virality, I'd say it's as much about the trick. When you see David Blaine and Dynamo and Chris Angel, right? Like a lot of these guys don't have huge personalities, right? But it's their kind of
the
dark,
intensity
mysterious.
there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes an amazing magic is what drives their brand. Yeah.
Do you feel like because you're more of this, you have this humor-based magic, I would say in general, right? You bring more like kind of laughter and fun love to it. Do you think that's to your advantage or to disadvantage based on these other characters who are more dark and mysterious?
Yeah. Well, it's all about I think it's important to be different, not to follow the trend. There's been trends in the magic world. You had the David Copperfields with the suited and booted with the white rabbits and that style of magic. Then he moved over in the 21st century to the street magic. You've got the David Blaines, you've got Chris Angels, right? And now with the rise of social media, you've got TV shows like the Carbonara Effect, which are prank orientated. You've got viral YouTube, like the pranksters and the magic that have a more comedy element, and the hidden camera shows, and that's the more the style that I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
I'm still about the mind-blowing, mind-messing magic stuff, but I have a more fun, enjoyable millennial style to it rather than taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
That's my style. Just enjoying life.
And how much do you study the craft? Do you study it and research it a lot? I know you have consultants that you work with as well on kind of developing new tricks and coming up with new stories. But how much do you personally feel like you're just studying, researching, mastering, breaking down how a magician did something so you can learn and apply it to your style?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm immersed in the magic world. If I go on my Facebook feed, it's 50% my rivals on Facebook.
Really?
And it's
just watching them.
Watching them, bit of news and a lot of magic. Other magicians. I'm in the magic circle in the UK, which is this kind of elite magic society, which only a few thousand people are in it in the wild, and we all share tricks all the time, and we're constantly in conversation. So I'm very involved in the magic world. I'm constantly learning new tricks. Really? I do have consultants because I'm focused so much on the creative and the kind of the business side of things that often I don't have time to kind of strategize.
Create it.
Exactly, yeah. But the way it works with my kind of recent trend of videos is to do magic in different parts of the world on a weekly basis. So I've just released the Miami video this morning. Last week I released a New York video. In the last couple of weeks I've done Ibiza, I've done Rome, and it's creating fan bases in those areas. But I've got about 5 titles lined up. I have my magic consultant who's working on different tricks for that, and then I'll come up with some concepts as well. We'll sit down together. We'll kind of figure out what the best tricks are, what's going to go the most viral,
practice
and then
them,
exactly, and then we'll go shoot them.
Wow, how long does it take for you to practice something until you feel like you've actually mastered it, where you can get it 9 out of 10 times, or 99 out of 100 times, where you've like performed it perfectly? And
yeah. Well, I'd say the first getting the first 90% of a trick. So if you say 100% is the best you can get a trick, first 90% can be learned quite relatively quickly. Yeah. But it's that final 10% that can take months or years to learn.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And so when you learn a new trick, do you start performing it a week later? Like if you learn it in a few days, or do you kind of wait a few months where you're like, okay, let me really perfect this?
No, I'm fast. Also, you've got to remember, like, this isn't live performance. I'm filming this, so if I mess up, I just do it again. Yeah.
So you don't need it to be perfect every time. You can just do it, and you do fail videos as well, where you're like, oh, we messed up.
Right. That was initially there was a couple of tricks where I didn't get it right, and then there was a situation I can't remember what happened. Oh yeah, this is what it was. It was in my Rome video that went insane. It's on 135 million views on Facebook and over 1 million shares. And what it was these 3 Asian ladies sitting by like the Colosseum.
I saw this one.
You saw exactly. You burst out laughing. You saw that in front of me. Yeah.
Yes.
And I went over to them and I plucked like a sponge ball from behind their ear. Right, and I was expecting, applause, just some type of reaction, and they just stared at me, right, and I just kind of stared at them. And there was just this moment of nothingness. And, I put that into the video as this kind of fast-paced, viral, like crazy, like high-energy magic, like boom, boom, boom. Everyone's tagging their friends, sharing. But then the most tags and shares, the most tags and seem to be from
the comments.
This clip. Exactly. The most comments where everyone's tagging their friends, going, "Lol, this is So I was
like, wow. It's from the fail trick.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then I have the slow-mo with the sad music.
Yes. All around me.
Oh, for me, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say that too much. You might get striked on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you're allowed to do like a 2-second clip or something, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Amazing. So you started realizing that you started testing these different things. What was the first video that actually went viral for you? When was it?
So the first video went viral was not even magic. It was actually it was like a snake prank. All right, and I just took a fake snake and I put it on people in London on South Bank, and I made a little compilation of it, posted it online, and it just started getting hundreds of thousands of shares. And I think the video's now on 50 million Facebook views.
Wow. When was this? A year ago?
This was about a year ago, a year and a bit ago.
So it wasn't even a magic trick video.
Right, yeah.
It was a prank video.
Yeah.
And then when did you try to do the magic style of a viral video?
So magic style was, I'd basically been incorporating magic the whole way. So bits and pieces of magic, kind of more prank, sketch-orientated videos. And then my first viral magic video was called The Invisible Chair Illusion, right? And I basically
It's where you sit down and one leg or whatever? And
right, exactly. And then I can lean back. It's like the Matrix.
I always wonder how that trick happens.
Aha! Keep wondering, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. I don't know if I think I saw a video of someone else doing this. I don't know if it was with you.
Yeah, it's actually
where
funny.
They just sit down and they're like reading a paper, and you're like,
right. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, it's
so
funny.
You did that trick.
Yeah, I did that trick, and then it trended. I think it got like 500,000 views on YouTube, and then like 20-30 million views on Facebook.
Just doing it in different locations and getting reactions to the crowd or the people walking by.
Exactly.
Homeless people, like, well, whatever.
Exactly.
Interesting. So that was about a year ago as well?
Yeah, about a year. Roughly.
Right afterwards, the snake trick?
Yeah, I just started. I was a production machine. When I started the social media game, I was a production machine. Like I would go. I was third year of university. I'm 23 now. I was 22 back then, or maybe just turning 22. So it was about a year and a half. Yeah, and I was intent on building my social media profile. So I didn't have a lot of money in the bank, but I would hire like videographers on Craigslist or Gumtree for like $50 to $100. They'd come out with me for the day. We'd come up with a concept. We'd go out, film it all day, have a laugh, and then I would take the concept, the footage, go home, edit it up, and I would post it online the same day. It was in like the drive I had back then, and I was making 3-4 videos a week. So I was really production machine. I was production, editing, protagonist and the actor in the video. So yeah. So,
creating the storyline, creating everything.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I had the situation with one of my videos just pop. And the thing about social media is once one thing goes viral, your audience will just come. It's crazy.
So the first videos weren't going as viral, maybe it sounds like, until how long were you doing these 3 to 4 videos a week until one popped?
Yeah, I was probably about 7 months.
Really?
6-7 months of nothingness.
What's nothingness? A couple thousand views,
a couple of thousand
or 10,000 views, maybe.
Yeah,
Is this on Facebook or YouTube or both?
This is on both, basically.
So a couple thousand views.
Well, actually, I'll tell you. It was, a couple of thousand views. Right. Now, should I tell you about my strategy in terms of how I blew up?
Yeah. But first off, yes, I want to hear that.
All right.
So you did the snake video first, which got how many views?
About 30-40 million. Yeah.
And then after that, you started doing 3 to 4 videos a week for months?
I was doing 3 to 4 videos. Actually, I'll tell you that actually, it wasn't the snake video that went viral first. It was a prank video with a girl. That was the first video that popped. But it was basically the same time as the snake video. They were within about 2-3 days of each other.
Yeah.
The first video that went absolutely bonkers was like a prank war I did with this girl who was like my girlfriend at the time. And then I posted that video online, and that's what popped.
Got it. And this was after 6 months of you doing videos that weren't doing anything.
They were doing a little bit, bits and pieces. Yeah. I was getting some traction, but I had about 10,000 likes.
Yeah, that's it.
Throughout. Yeah. It was a grind.
For 6 months, working every single day, 10,000 fans.
Yeah.
10 to 50,000 views, maybe a video max.
Right. Exactly.
What kept you continuing to do this when you weren't making any money? Your audience wasn't growing. You weren't seeing the views grow.
Yeah.
Why'd you keep doing this grind? 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, it's the social media. Building a following is priceless. You can't buy a social media following. So I saw the value in that. I still do. And the fact I was getting some positive comments, I think
drove you enough.
Yeah.
And you were in college. You didn't have too many responsibilities. So you're like,
honestly,
let's do this for a while.
There was a level of boredom. There was absolutely. I was at university.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how it is in America, but in the UK, you sometimes get 6, 7, 8 hours a week of lecture time.
Yeah.
Right?
Bored.
Right. My degree was relatively easy. I had a lot of free time. I had some options. I could either go to the societies or the clubs, and I was like, right, I really want to build the social media. I'm doing some magic gigs. I understand the kind of the magic world, and I understand. Also, I spent a year in UCLA, so I met the kind of Vine community.
Yes.
So I was, when I got back to the UK from my year abroad, I was intent on building what they'd already done. It's crazy. These people in LA, machines. They've built fantastic incomes and fantastic careers off their hard work in their childhood and their young adulthood. So when I got back to London, I was like, right, I really should have been making videos. So I just did it, and I was driven, and I think it was a mixture of free time,
boredom,
bit of boredom, okay, and also good fitness. I think if when you're going to the gym every day and you're eating super healthy, you just, your mind is in a different
clear. You have ideas running all the time, and you want to go create.
Exactly.
You wanted to build something.
Yeah.
But it still took you some time to kind of figure it out. This 6 month window of time where you weren't really doing much, but it was kind of like your testing ground. You were seeing what worked, what didn't work.
Right.
Then you figured out the model. It sounds like you did a couple of videos that went viral. And is that when you were like, okay, now I see all the elements that need to be in one video for it to have the potential to get some traction?
Right.
Is that what you kind of recognize? This aha moment? Or?
Yeah. So let me give you the rundown. Right. So I had no followers, no likes. Step one: get my friends and family to like my page. Right. You know, message everyone. Hey, can you like my page?
Beg them, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have anything cool, but do it anyways.
Yeah. And it's funny because I sent everyone that question, the same copied and pasted. Hey, can you like my page,
too,
please?
Man.
Exactly. And it's funny because these people hit me up like a year and a half later, and they're like, oh hey, like I'm doing a fundraiser, and I just see like the previous thing is me asking them a question.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting that.
Yeah.
But that was step one. And then, so step two, which was going to take me from about 1,000 likes to 7,000 likes overnight, was what I would do is I was thinking, how could I make my videos get some traction? Okay, so on YouTube, it was about Reddit, trying to get on the front page of Reddit, just trying to get, I'd have like fake proxy accounts doing upvotes and stuff, which is how some of my videos got like 1 million views. But more Facebook orientated, what I would do is I would reach out to pages that have followings. Right, and there are so many pages on Facebook with 200,000 likes, 400,000 likes, etc. As there are YouTube channels with 200,000 subscribers, etc. So I would basically message hundreds of them and say, "Hey, got a great video. Can you share my video?" And the way I would find these pages is I would go onto another viral page. So, for example, like go onto Tiger's page, and then I would click on all the shares. So, say he's got 100,000 shares on the video, I would just choose one person. Right, who and their public profiles because they appear in the shares, and then I would just go on that profile and just scroll through their newsfeed, this random person somewhere in the world, and just see what stuff they'd shared, and it's usually from pages. So then I would just find loads of random pages from around the world through finding these random people from these public celebrities or viral pages, and I would send them the message, "Hey, I'm got a great video. Can you share that video?" Right, and I sent so many messages, I ended up getting blocked for a day. And what happened is after sending a couple of hundred messages, I eventually got a response.
Yeah, you got 10, 20 different pages that are like, sure, I'll share it out.
Yeah,
it's interesting, right?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't 10, 20 pages, but there were a few.
Okay.
Some asked some asked for money.
Yeah.
Some did it from the kindness of their heart, or whatever reason. I'm not sure why they did it, but I got a page called Mayor Boss. Right, he had 5 million followers. Right,
Mayor
Mayor space BOSS.
Mayor Boss.
He's going to get an influx of messages now. And for some reason, on 1,000 likes, I got a message from him a month later, and he said, "Yeah, bro, got you." And I'm like, "What?" And then I look at my pages, and I'm refreshing, and they're just bombing up the likes on my page
because he shared one video.
He shared one of my videos. It got reshared, and when something gets reshared on Facebook, the traffic will just come back in because your video will appear on the newsfeed with the like button next to it, right? So I went from 1,000 to 7,000 likes overnight, and that was really what gave me the momentum. I was like,
oh, when people share my videos, then it's
exactly
help grow it faster.
Exactly, and I thought I'd made it. I was like, "Mom, I'm
7,000
done with university.
Peace
That's
out.
it. See you later, guys." And then the grind continued, and then there was there were some big pages on Facebook that run apps in the background, right? So I've got a good friend who runs a page called Fortify, right? And they run the app Color Switch. Color Switch has been on the top 10 in the App Store for the last year, pretty much, kind of moving off occasionally, but it's top 10. Yeah. Making a lot of money from the ad revenue. Something it's like number 6 or something on the free. Anyway, their business model is they get influencers who are small on Facebook or on social media to make them a video that involves their game, and in return they get a tag. So if you're a big page, and Fortify has 10 million followers.
Sure.
Right? So it's big page, right? They're like a viral sharing page. But so you're an influencer, I'm Fortify, I say to you, can you make me a video? And in return, I'll give you a share, I'll give you a tag. So that means when the video goes viral, on
your
my page
will be tagged.
Exactly. So then I started getting traffic from that. And also, maybe down the line, if you need some help with a share, later down the line, I'm going to do that for you. So I made him a ton of videos, right? I started getting followers just off the tag because I had a big page using my content.
Right.
And then at the same time, I was making my own content, and then one day, this was actually the first truly viral video. February the 14th, 2016, I made this video
at 6:01 p.m.
It was probably about 2:30 p.m. I remember
He knows exactly.
I remember it because it changed my life, because I went from a small time influencer. I went from 60,000 likes to 500,000 likes overnight. Right,
the guy.
To
the,
this
a celebrity in a moment.
Dude, it was nuts, and people were hitting me up from all around the world. So let's just backtrack to it. So, made this video, right? And I had earned a share from a powerful page. Now, to get a viral video online in any aspect, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc., you've got to have good content and good distribution, right? To start with. Now that I've built, 10 million followers, I don't necessarily need people to help me out because I've got my own audience. They're going to share
distribution.
It. Exactly. Well, it's still under Facebook, but more so than someone with no followers. Yeah. But it's very important to consider. So the point is, I had a great viral video, proven by the fact it got reshared so many times. But I had a great video that was obviously had viral potential. Posted it on my page. It was doing really well. And then I hit up my share part. I hit up Fortify. I said, hey, bro, can you share this? Can you give me a share? Yeah,
and I've got my credit. I want you to share this one.
This is it.
This is the one.
This is the one. And
how many views did you have before he shared?
It's like a couple of thousand.
So it wasn't even that viral yet. But
like
you knew
10,000. It had like 100 shares. I was like, whoa, 100 shares.
But you were like, okay, it's got something.
I mean,
for your audience size, you're like, oh, that's more than my 20, which I normally get.
Exactly.
Got it. So you're like, okay, this is the one.
Yeah, this is the one. So anyway, so I posted. So I got him to share it. And it was just mayhem for the night. I did not sleep for like 36 hours.
Refresh.
I was just refreshed. And I was just watching. I was every time I'd refresh my likes, I would go up like 100, 200 likes and pop. Like it was insane. And this video was trending. So I ended up getting like over 500,000 shares. And then the next day, like,
how many views did it get?
I think it got like 76 million views, something like that.
And the most you ever got before then was?
50, 100,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah. But it basically led me.
Shows you the power of distribution.
Right, exactly. And
because having a viral video on its own or a great piece of content on its own is not going to get the views unless you have some help with distribution, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's different on Facebook to YouTube. YouTube, the algorithm can pick it up, or Reddit can pick it up. But on Facebook, the barriers to entry are much lower. So if you can find someone, so if people who are watching this might be thinking, right, how can I create my own viral video for my product or for myself? If you can find a page that is willing to share your content, whether for a fee or for free, or you can do some type of favor in return, like exactly, I've done all three, then you can take that video and potentially make it go viral, but you need to have good content. And that is what most people miss. They miss either good content or good distribution, as you mentioned at the beginning.
So if you're someone like me, I don't know if you've seen some of my stuff. It's mostly inspirational interviews, inspiring people, moments, messages, 2 to 3 minutes, kind of inspirational words, speeches type of stuff. Right. How could someone like myself continue to not even just grow, but like take it to a 100x different level? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, there's other pages like Goalcast and other pages that do this with videos. They're just taking like 2-minute clips of Arnold Schwarzenegger and then creating like a little viral video, and they've figured out how to do it. But what would you recommend for someone like me, or I guess really just anyone? You know what I mean? Yeah, anyone in any space of business or industry.
Right. Well,
because they might say, well, he's a magician, so it's like a cool thing to watch, and I'm like, an entrepreneur that just sells insurance, or whatever. I don't know. It's
I understand what you're saying. Well, look, what I would say is that when you're looking on your newsfeed, things are going viral from all walks of life, whether it's inspirational talks to asking for cancer research donations, to puppies, to magic tricks, to social experiments, to health awareness, everything in its different formats.
Political stuff, everything.
Exactly, right. So people that say, "Oh, you're a magician," it's not even true, because most magicians don't go viral. I'm right. I mean, I think I'm the only really viral magician. I've got a few friends that are doing social media really well, but I'm definitely the one that's consistently making viral videos. So I wouldn't for magic. So I wouldn't say that, oh, you're a magician, that makes much difference.
Because there's a lot of magicians that can't get any views.
Exactly. But there are a few great guys. Don't get me wrong. Right. But what I would say is, there is a formula to going viral. Okay, particularly on Facebook, right? And the formula is to remember, okay, that on Facebook, people are just scrolling. They scroll. So you got to catch them. Right? On YouTube, it's a different story. YouTube is about long form content. It's about fan base, right? Facebook is about virality. It's about sharing. It's about something exploding on the internet, right? So you've got to remember, YouTube and Facebook are very different. They're both powerful. So what I would say is that for my YouTube audience, I've got and my Instagram audience, I've got a more loyal fan base that understand what I'm up to in life. With Facebook, it's just about viral. If you can smash 100 million views on a video, you can build a huge audience, and from that you can target ads. You can build a business. You get exposure. You can potentially start to get loads of emails from building your brand. But let me answer your question. So on Facebook, people are scrolling. You need to catch their attention. So forget about a long introduction, right? The first 3 seconds are crucial. So if I was in your position, right, let me say in my position, I've just released a video on Facebook called Miami Reacts to Magic. It's on about 3.5 million views in 3 hours.
Yep.
And the first 3 seconds of that video, something really interesting is happening. It's like, bang, magic trick, someone freaks out, right? So it's catchy.
First 3 seconds. So you got that formula down. You know, okay, here's the moment.
Exactly.
We're putting that first.
Yeah. And to put that into your position, say you were going to do an inspirational talk on how to build a business. For me, if I was in your position, which is a similar thing to what Gary Vaynerchuk has done. Some of his videos have had 20, 30, 50 million views on Facebook. He starts with something interesting. So he'll ask you a question. You know, so it might be, you know, the first 3 seconds might be, so what do you want in life? That could be an example, you know, or it could be like, okay, when you die, what are you going to regret? Just something that brings people in, right? So that's what I would say. Have a snappy introduction. Have a
question, evoking question.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a question, but just think to yourself: are people going to find this interesting?
Yes.
Because I've seen the difference between putting a boring introduction and an interesting introduction, and it can lead to the difference of millions of views.
Right.
Because if people click off straight away, you're going to have way less people who are going to share that video. It's going to go way less viral.
Okay, so that's the first part.
Yeah, first part. So forget these long introductions. It's not a YouTube video. People don't know who you are. You're talking to people that some of them may have no idea who you are.
Right.
Especially when it gets reshared onto some random person's timeline in the Philippines.
Yes.
You know, and they just want to see something action.
Yes.
Right. Second thing, right? Make sure that what the content you're making is people want to tag their friends. Right. So if you're doing something inspirational, you want to create the type of content that people want to tag their friends. So whether it's funny or emotionally eliciting or it's cute, right? It's very important that you're creating format that people want to tag their friends, because that's what you know Facebook is all about, and Instagram as well. It's about people tagging their friends, making each other aware. The most viral videos in the world are the ones where people are tagging their friends, and you know, shareable videos, which is inherent to the video being viral.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the next thing.
Yeah.
Is there another element?
Oh, there's having, I think, clickbait, having a clickbait thumbnail.
Having an image. Do you always have an image thumbnail on Facebook as well?
I actually take it separately. Yeah, I take it separately.
Separate image.
Yeah.
And you upload it with the video. You can make a thumbnail in Facebook videos.
Right.
Is that the deal?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I subtitle everything. On Facebook, 70% of people sometimes
don't turn on the sound.
Right, because they're at work. They're scrolling. You know, there's no sound. So I subtitle everything manually. I know Facebook have like an auto subtitle, but I don't even bother with that. I just subtitle it manually, make it crystal clear. You want to make your content crystal clear. Where some videos lack is there is a lack of clarity. So maybe 15 seconds to 19 seconds. There's you know, something happens that's not
Confusion.
very exactly. And then there's no easier place to exit than the internet. You just carry on scrolling, where you click off.
I'm lost, gone.
Exactly.
So it's got to be crystal clear throughout the entire thing.
Right.
What's the duration, the length that you found is the best length for something to be shared?
Yeah, so if we're talking Facebook, I guess right now we're on the Facebook topic, I'd say between 1 and 2 minutes. Facebook are pushing longer form content. So if you can make a 2-3 minute video that's viral, that's a great video, then so be it. But 6-second videos don't really seem to do. If you look at your feed now, there's not really many 6-second videos anymore, are they? Because on the algorithm, Facebook are pushing long-form content. The same way they're introducing new TV shows and they're introducing monetization for videos over 1.5 minutes. They're introducing this
big ad in the halfway. Yeah,
exactly. That's being introduced.
Yes.
So yeah, I think
1 minute to 2 minutes, and if you can extend it to 3 or 4 and still keep it interesting and good edits and subtitles crystal clear and unique and you know, or thought provoking, then you can kind of stretch it to 3 or 4.
Right,
it sounds
right. Like. I keep my videos. I try and keep them between 2 and 3 minutes because I know that's going to reach most of my audience because it's a longer form video, so it's going to you know, show better on the algorithm.
And then, what about the end of a video? We talked about the beginning, the middle. What about the end?
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a twist. Right. So if you look at the most viral videos on the planet, with the Viners or you know, there's or even with my video. So the video that got 135 or whatever it is, 133 million views from May, there was a funny twist at the end, which is where I steal the guy's girlfriend with a magic trick. And it was more of a sketch than an actual trick, but people tagged the hell out of
the grandparents, friends. Right? Is that
Yeah, it was with exactly. Yeah,
the older lady and the older guy was running after you in Rome.
Yeah, or something. The video, it was called "How to Impress a Girl with a Magic Trick," and the final clip was that I make a lollipop appear from fire.
Yes,
and then she gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then the very final clip is me walking off with her and her husband running after me, shouting, "Hey, that's my wife!"
Yes,
cut. People, it's just funny.
Yeah.
People want to share. I mean, that video has over 1 million shares.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And right now it's getting shares probably about 50 to 100 shares a minute right this very second.
Still.
Yeah.
Months later.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still going viral. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you always have a twist at the end then?
Not every time.
Why not? If you know that's the thing that does it.
Yeah, well, look, it's difficult to come up with twists.
Yeah.
I mean, the video I've released.
Logan talked about this though too when I had him on. He was like always having like a double, joke in the joke. And in when he was talking about vining back in the day, he was like, something about he didn't slip on the banana peel and then he did, and then he did a backflip. It's like a whole joke and a joke and a joke type of thing. Bringing it full circle or whatever. So
you've got to think about what people want to share. If you can, they watch a great video, they've enjoyed it. Oh, this is cool, and then something happens that brings them to the next level of emotion. They're going to share that.
Yeah.
Right, or much more chance they're going to share it than if it kind of goes up and then it goes down. Because if it goes down, then people go, oh, that's kind of funny. Move on.
Yeah.
You want to keep the excitement high. And then you can kind of like bump up and down, but you want to make the ending great. So if you look at my last video that I posted last week, or the video that I posted today with Miami, the ending, it's not a twist, but it's a great trick. Everyone's freaking out, high energy, bang, finish. So
it should get a lot of virality from it.
Yeah, I think it's got 20,000 shares since I posted it a couple hours ago.
How many times are you posting a week right now?
Posting once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the format too? If you post too much every day or every week, is it too much? Or
I would say
it just takes time for you to kind of develop a great video now.
Yeah, well, I'm focusing on other things as well. So I mean, I'm doing like corporate appearances. I've got production meetings, which my agent has sorted out in LA. So I've been in LA the last couple of weeks for some kind of stuff in that area.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be quantity. I don't need to post 3-4 videos a week. I'm going to get burnt out. I think with Facebook, it's about viral. So as long as I'm smashing a 50 million view video,
people are still seeing the video everywhere. It's like
exactly.
You don't need to create new content.
Exactly. Yeah. And if I take every you got to treat every platform differently. So Facebook, the great thing about it is if I don't post for 2 months, well, I'm not going to fizzle out. I've seen some YouTube channels.
You got to keep it up consistently.
I've seen some big YouTube channels.
Miss a month.
Dead. It's
dead to the world.
Can you imagine? You
spend years of your life building a relationship and then
gone.
I'm just burnt out. I need a break.
Right.
Too bad.
Right.
You've lost people.
Right. Which is why it's so important.
Heartbreaking.
It is. I would feel so sad if that happened to me. Fortunately, I'm diversifying my audience. So I've got 1.5 million on Instagram. I've got a big Snapchat audience, about 250,000 daily Snapchat viewers. So I am moving them around, and I'm doing it.
Smart.
Yeah.
What if one platform shuts you down for whatever reason? It's like,
exactly.
You want to be able to spread it out.
Yeah. One thing I've learned is you can't trust the social media platform, and they're not working for me. I mean, Facebook's a data company. I mean, I'm helping them.
Yeah.
They're helping me, but they're certainly not looking out for me.
No.
It's not like YouTube. YouTube has a more community spirit. Facebook is about viral, trends. It's fast moving. But the benefit of the fast moving elements is that I can not post for a month and a half, and then if I post an amazing video later, it will go viral.
Yeah.
I don't give 6 weeks off generally. But I'll try and post once a week. So, and then every time I post a viral video, my Instagram will fly up. My other socials will fly up.
Everything, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So,
are you always doing new tricks as well, or do you repeat some of the tricks in your videos from previous? Does it matter?
Yeah, generally I do new stuff.
New stuff, yeah.
There's so much out there in the magic world. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's probably like 1,000 tricks you could do with a $1 bill.
It's that pack of cards over there. I can entertain people for hours. I mean, it's just and that's just a pack of cards. Coins, same thing. There's millions of gimmicks. There's different jokes on the same. Yeah.
Are there any other elements to a viral video that you think people should know about for Facebook?
I don't think so.
Those are the main things.
Just keep it snappy. Remember. Just to dive straight into it. Don't bother with introducing yourself and all that jazz.
Right.
You stole my cards.
Magically appeared.
Wow. There you go.
What's your vision? I mean, it's been a year and a half essentially since you've kind of gone from a nobody to having this recognition. Like even when you came into the building, the doorman was like, "Hey, aren't you Julius from Facebook?"
Yeah.
People are recognizing you all over the place. You've done events with. Is this correct? You did events with Nelson Mandela and Kelly Rowland's birthday and One Direction and Russell Brand and all these other people. You've done different appearances for them.
Yeah.
what's it like for you now? Again, a year and a half ago in school,
Yeah.
you graduated,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden, essentially kind of like overnight, you're getting this recognition.
Yeah.
How is that? How are you staying humble, grounded?
Yeah.
Are you letting it get to your head? Is your ego bigger than your hair right now?
My hair's pretty big.
I know.
It's the Jufro, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you managing it? Are you keeping good people around you, or people that are more like building you up too much? What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, look, this is a business. Right, I'm having a great time. I'm loving life. I'm making a sustainable income that's allowing me to travel, create viral videos.
Yeah.
But this is my life, right? And I don't see this as just like, oh yeah, I'm getting people DMing me on Instagram, right? This is like, it's all about, keep seeing this as a business. So, I have a business model. Right, and I have a way in which I deal with this. So I've got so for example, at the end of every so let me tell you like I've kind of the way I've broken it down, right? So I've got the viral videos, right, which correlates to the ad revenue.
Yes.
Right, which this is the way a lot of the YouTubers and other social media stars will see it. So you've got the ad revenue, right, which is one aspect of the business model. You've got the live shows, live touring, which is something I'm really excited about. So at the end of every video, I'll say, tell me where to go next, right? And then I'll get thousands of people commenting, coming to Florida, come to Fort Lauderdale, come to Australia. And that creates people in their mind, they're thinking about me coming to their city, right? And I'm excited.
You're seeding a tour.
Exactly. Yes. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm excited because I don't think there's anyone in the world as a magician that's constantly, weekly creating viral magic videos that have that kind of message, which is like, I'm coming to this city, I'm coming to that city. I think it is unique.
It is, yeah.
Right. So I'm very excited for live. So live touring, ad revenue, which is kind of along YouTube and Facebook. Facebook's monetized now, so that's important as well. Brand deals. So as my profile builds, as I get more Instagram followers, more Facebook followers, as my identity builds, as I do more celebrity collaborations, that's really important. Yeah. I've got the corporate side of things, so doing corporate speaking at kind of high profile events, and then there's merch, and I guess also kind of something similar to that is book deals. So these are all things, and also live performance as well. So whether it's like a Nelson Mandela's birthday party, whatever it is, but that's a little bit similar to corporate events, but so those are kind of the areas of focus.
Right.
So really, the way I look at it is just to try and work on all those areas. So I've got an agent and a manager that are helpful, but I'm certainly the one driving it.
Driving it all.
Yeah. So I mean, I could sit around and
wait, but they're not going to do anything. Yeah.
I mean, one thing I've learned is people generally aren't going to do things for you.
Yeah.
That's the number of friends I've got in Los Angeles who are like, bro, I just need a good manager, and I've said it as well. I'm like,
manager's not going to do anything for you. You've got to be driving it. Then they can kind of help support and help make decisions and negotiate. Yeah. But you can't expect to be like, I'm talented. A manager's going to like pick me up and just like make me millions. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly. And that's it. And that's why it's important to remain extremely proactive, to expect nothing from people, to surround yourself with as many good people as you can. That's so important. If you're around good energy, like my buddy over there, who could come with me, Danny, shout out, just good energy, people that push you outside your comfort zone. That's really important. And to remain current. And I made a video last week in New York, that went viral, and all of a sudden I get a message from MTV. So I had a meeting with them this morning about potentially developing something, and that's happened multiple times with different news outlets, and messages to come to India to perform at big events and all this type of thing, and the Grand Prix in a few months. So, just for me, the most important thing is to stay hot. And then to kind of focus on those areas of the business model, and then hopefully to leverage that into the TV stuff, into the live stuff, into developing my brand further.
What's the vision for you, I guess, in the next few years then?
I guess that's it. It's to really, like, I'm having a great time in life.
You're 23, you're just getting started.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm hitting new cities.
When I was 23, I didn't even know like anything. I was just like, what do I do?
Well, you seem to be doing great as well.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
You run the school of greatness. You're great.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go.
But 23, you've done so much, and you've got, so much has got to change over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
2 years. A lot's got to change. 5 years, 10 years. It's going to be a completely different life for you. Different experience. You're going to learn so much. You're going to probably make a ton of mistakes. Because you're going to take a lot of risk right now, I'm assuming. Yeah. And the stuff you think is going to work may not. It might. And stuff that you're like, oh, we were just doing this for fun. It's going to blow up. You never know. Definitely. But if you could have it your way with your clearest vision in the next 3 to 5 years, where do you think you'd want to be?
Yeah, right. So it's a great question. Think about it all the time. I want to build my brand on all the platforms. Right now, social media is power.
It is.
Right? I mean, currency. I mean, I did a collaboration last night with a big YouTuber called David Dobrik, and he's not paying me. You know, I'm not paying him. Right? The currency is social media promotion. Mm-hmm. So, in the next 6 to 12 months, I want to keep pushing these viral videos across my platforms. I want to get to 15, 20 million followers on Facebook. And
huge.
Yeah, I mean, now every video I'm posting is bumping me up about 500,000 likes. So, I mean, I don't know if I should, if I refresh on my Facebook page right now, just constantly flick up every, 50 likes. So, so keep building my viral Facebook videos that are getting me kind of worldwide recognition. Focus on my YouTube audience, which is, the vlogging, the more personal audience, and then use that content to build my brand, to get more, to kind of get the celebrity collabs in the next couple of months. Drake followed me the other day on Instagram. We had a little chit chat, so maybe do some stuff with him, do some stuff with. I did some magic with Tiger the other day at an event, but just build, become more mainstream, I guess is the point there.
Yeah.
Have a TV show that's based around my brand, my travel, my kind of pranky magic type brand, and then just to build the Julius Dein brand over the next couple of years, and to position myself as the leading, fresh, pioneering kind of social media, came from social media magician / personality.
Sure.
But it's going to take a lot of grind. I'm happy that I'm a few of the footsteps in, but it's going to take a lot of work to really move off social media to the mainstream. And I think that's that. And the great thing, exactly.
Not many social media celebrities or influencers have done that.
Yeah.
I don't know actually many. They've got their social media fame.
Yeah.
But they haven't converted into mainstream fame.
Yeah.
Whether it be kind of the acting world or like the credible magician world or whatever it is, you know. Do you know of any? Who's really been able to translate it to be like, oh, they're accepted within that space and that industry as like someone credible?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Not really.
The YouTubers, you got Lindsay Sterling maybe as like a violin YouTuber who's like now selling out arenas.
Yeah.
But she's a great performer and a great musician.
Yeah,
but do you know any other?
Not really. No. But it's still very new.
But they don't need to.
There
right
are.
now,
I can't remember their names. But there is a YouTube channel that got picked up and became like a TV show. I can't remember their name. But I'm not worried. I'm not. I'm one thing I've. We were speaking about this the other day when we were hanging out, is just not to focus too much on other people.
Yeah.
Right, because they're on their journeys and I'm on my journey. As far as I'm concerned, I'm doing something right. I'm building my brand, and as we spoke about at the beginning of this podcast, magic touches people. It gets right into their mind. So and I'm in the habit of getting outside my comfort zone as much as possible. So when I go to an event, when I was at the event the other day with Tiger, ran straight up to him. I was like, hey, let me show you some magic. We got it on video. Cool little bit. But just it's about the offline and the online. So and that's what's important for me. So I'm not thinking about other people. Can they get can they make it to the mainstream? I think I can, and I think it's just about the right strategy. Keep pumping those viral videos, and then the offline approach, which is celebrity collabs, building up a fantastic live tour where I'll go and see all those fans in different cities and do something fantastic where I have a show, and then I think off the back of that, it's just about brand building.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Doing shows like this.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
What do you think's missing, or what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge in order to make this happen?
Yeah. Good question. Biggest challenge. I think I'm building my team.
Finding the right people, making sure.
Yes, making sure.
Team is everything.
I think, Dynamo, friend of mine, he's got a fantastic manager, right? And he was with him on the journey from the start, right? And
so he got it. He understood the whole process.
He had great magic team, right? A guy called Tom, a guy called Harry. He's got a fantastic team, right? And if you look at any of the big social media stars and the mainstream stars as well, they're only as good as their team. So my challenge in the upcoming months is to build a fantastic team, whether it's on the creative, the vlogging, videography side of things. I mean, I've already got some fantastic people. I've got a great magic consultant. I've got a great creative director who, I can bounce ideas off. I've got a good editor as well. But just about, being the glue to that team, because I'm effectively a CEO of this team.
Right.
And it's about keeping it together and then going on the journey up.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I like it, man. And how's your family supporting this now? Now so much has changed for the last year and a half. What
Yeah.
are they supportive? And are you the only child, or are you
Nah, and I've got two sisters, Asha, Tara, my little brother, Jonas.
two older sisters?
One older sister, one younger sister, and a little brother.
Got it.
As
And
well.
they all supportive? And
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, great family. My dad still doesn't know what Twitter is.
Right.
So I still struggle explaining to him that this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
But they're very supportive. They know at the very least they know that I'm funding my own lifestyle.
Yeah.
So they're not giving me any money.
Sure.
And they haven't given me any money. I mean, they've obviously helped my life.
Right.
But I mean,
Right.
right now I'm running a business.
Yeah.
And this is my lifestyle, and everyone I bring into it, my people that come on my travels, the people that are helping me with the videos, that's all funded by me. And they know that, and they see the viral video. My mum sees the viral videos as well, and she understands.
And when her friends are like, "Oh, your child is doing something funny," or liked it, then it gives her some joy, probably.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
I'm sure they're proud of me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm very lucky to have my family who are very supportive of what I do.
Yeah.
So my dad always said to me, just do what makes you happy. Even the other day, I rang him up. I'm like, Dad, I'm thinking about moving to America. It's just such a great place. And he was a little bit sad on the phone, but he just said, you know what, this is your life. You decide what you want to do, and I'm very lucky to have that.
Yeah, you gonna move here?
It's a good question. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
That'd be fun.
Yeah. It might happen. I'm thinking about it.
Or at least coming here like every couple months for a month, at least being here. I feel like everyone if you want to blow up in social media and continue to grow, you've got to be coming to LA for parts of the year.
I agree with you.
To have the relevancy, the connection, the influencers. There's just so much happening here. It's the center of the universe in that space.
Right. And coming from London, I mean, the number of times I've heard the word follower in my time in LA is unbelievable. Like in London, people don't get it. Right? I mean, even like videographers, like and camera and photographers, right? So in LA, in London, I'm looking for a good cameraman. I'll get the people will quote me fees, which is understandable. Right? In LA, like I'll put one hashtag, whatever, LA or something. I'll get people messaging me all day on Instagram. Hey, can we do collab? And that's the culture. Social media, followers equals currency. And it's great to be in a city where people are really
they get it
exactly.
Yeah. What does magic mean to you?
What does magic mean to me? It's a good question. Well, magic is my language. I'd say it's my way of going into a stuffy room full of high profile CEOs, or a fashion event, or even at a nightclub, or a bar. I whip out a pack of cards, do some mind blowing stuff. People, their comfort zone, they just become little kids again. And it's my language. Whenever I leave the house, I'll carry some type of trick on me. I think that's why people fall in love with magic and become magicians, because they can relate to people and talk to people in a way that's very unique.
I think it's a way of you can connect to someone in such a powerful way that most people can't do without magic.
Yeah.
It takes more of a time to build a relationship and connect. But you can connect in 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Blow someone's mind.
Especially when people think you're getting in their mind.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're thinking right now that I'm in your mind, you're going to treat me very differently.
Yeah.
So if I'm
level of respect, you're like, watch your back.
Might reveal some stuff on the podcast.
Exactly.
Although you've got the editing control, so probably not.
Exactly. I like it, man. I'm excited for you. It's been really cool to get to know you over the last, this week, and I'm excited for your future. I think it's going to be amazing. A couple final questions for you. This one's called the 3 Truths. It's what I ask all my guests at the end. And imagine it's your last day 100 years from now, because you have this magic trick that extends your life and you live a lot longer than most people. And you've achieved everything you want in your life.
Yeah.
Every dream you've ever wanted, it's happened.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
You had the life of your dreams.
Yeah.
And everyone else around you did as well.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, all the content you ever created was erased.
Yeah.
No one had access to any videos or anything that you'd ever done, books, whatever you decided to do.
Right.
But you have a piece of paper and a pen to write down the 3 lessons, the 3 truths that you know about your experience, of everything you've learned. And that's all that the world would have left of Julius.
Yeah.
What would you write down as the 3 truths that you would share with the world?
The 3 truths. So, okay. So it's actually funny because I can take up my phone. I've got like a list of quotes I abide by.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. One of them is be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. So people watching this, everyone is in different situations. Mm-hmm. A lot of people will hit me up. They'll be like, oh, you're doing so well. You've got millions of followers. It's funny because right now, being in the heart of La La Land, all you're looking at is the other influencers and the other people that have got 5 million followers, who've got 15 million Facebook followers, and I've realised that it's gonna be difficult to be happy permanently if you're competitive. So I think the first thing is just to be happy for this moment in your life, to try and enjoy now, because this is your life. This is all, if it's not how you want it to be, then that's a shame. But you just have to, you can't just spend your life being miserable about it. You have to try and enjoy what is on the table rather than what isn't.
Right. That's the first one.
Well, can I look? Can I take a look?
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's see. Here we go.
Go ahead. He's bringing you.
Yeah. So, I think I don't know. It's not on there anyway. Whatever. I would say, what my second one? I would say, right, so this is something I live by. It's important. And I would say, just paleo is so great.
Paleo?
Yeah. I'm not. My phone actually doesn't have the quotes now. All right, but it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Paleo. I just think that. I mean, I was eating really unhealthy. And eating like a lot of carbs, and then I just started eating paleo, and I just felt so much better. And lifting weights. That was so great.
So taking care of your health.
Sounds like. Yeah. But I cut out all carbs. This is it sounds a bit weird, but I literally this was actually when I was at the peak of my viral video making. Not even the peak of my video making, when I was just making as much content. I was a production machine with no followers, and I was just going to the gym every day, lifting weights. So important, because you just feel so creative, and you just and then just cutting out carbs, right, and just all processed food. I think that's so important. And after I had my viral video that went crazy viral, I started eating carbs again, and you just feel like bloated, But then you just cut out carbs. You try to go to the gym as much as possible. Just life is better. You just feel like you're living. You're just more energized. You see the vision. You get more excited. So that's the second thing I would say. If I was, and then
the third truth.
Yeah, the third truth.
Or lesson to live by.
Lesson to live by. I'd say I've got this friend called Evan Berger. Shout out Evan. And when I met this guy, he wrote down every day, right, what he would do to get outside his comfort zone. And he is just a fantastic human being, right? Because that was his life. His life was not to stay in a shell, and to always do things that can get outside your comfort zone. Right, so like even me right now, I'm creating a magic product. Right, I'm like, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? And I'm creating this product, and it's like it's going to be a course. And some magicians might go, Julius Dein is revealing tricks, but I'm getting outside my comfort zone by creating this course. And I would say that same with starting social media and started making videos, especially in the UK, where the culture isn't as supportive. It's far more reserved in London. People kind of frown at you a lot more when you're walking down the streets, whereas in LA, everyone's super hyper happy for whatever it is you're doing. Oh, you're homeless, fantastic,
Exactly.
So I would say that that was kind of what got me started, just to get outside my comfort zone, to do what other people don't usually do. Is to do kind of ridiculous snake pranks and to go doing magic on pretty girls. People didn't look at it positively at first. People were like, what is this guy doing? But once you achieve some form of success, then people will start to look at you a different way. But I think whatever aspect it is of your life, I think it's really important to try and get outside your comfort zone as much as you can every day, because whether it's talking to a pretty girl or approaching a CEO or sending that email, you just do it. Once you do it, you never regret it.
Yeah, it's a good truth.
Right? Yeah.
I like those, man.
Thank you.
Well, before I ask the final question and tell people where to follow you, I want to acknowledge you for a moment, Julius, for your fun-loving nature.
Thank you.
I think the world needs more joy, more humor, more magic. And you bring that magic to people's lives, even if it's for a moment when they're watching a video on Facebook. You bring someone who's driving a truck all day, like a little bit of joy to their life. And we need more of that in our lives to be happier, to live healthier, and to get out of our comfort zone.
Thank you.
Which one of your three truths are. So I want to acknowledge you for being a young gun who's just going after your dreams and trying to have fun along the way. I think it's a great example that a lot of other young people and older people should follow, is doing things they love. So I want to acknowledge you for that, man. Before I ask the final question, where should we connect with you online? Where can they learn more about the magic product, everything that you're doing?
Sure. So best one, Instagram at Julius Dein, JuliusDein.
Okay.
And then get me on there. But got
Facebook
the Facebook
as
page.
well.
Facebook, but that's, I'm all good with that. You know?
Yeah, you're trying to grow the Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I went up 40,000 likes this morning on Facebook.
Wow.
So it's just, once you hit a certain level,
growing.
it's just natural now. But I'm really focusing on Instagram. Being in LA has reminded me how powerful Instagram is.
It's huge, man. It's huge.
Yeah.
And do you have a website too where we can follow you for future tour stuff or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got www.juliusdein.com, but that's more my socials at the moment.
Got it.
But,
So follow you on social media. You'll learn everything about what
it's
you're
going to
doing.
be, and you'll be targeted with ads.
Yeah, exactly. But you will be. No, I'm just kidding. Watch a
You'll
video.
know
So
watch 95% of a video to be targeted with the magic product.
Sorry. We were having a conversation about this before.
Yeah, yeah. So. And if you watch 50% of the advert, you're going to be retargeted for the next 3 months.
So check them out. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on. My final question for you is, what's your definition of greatness?
To a definition of greatness. Definition of greatness, I think, comes back to getting outside your comfort zone, and to not being a sheep in the crowd, and to have an instinct in your body or in your mind, and to swallowing your insecurity and just to getting out and doing whatever it is. And whether you succeed or whether you fail, as long as you grow as a person, that's the most important thing. Because when you get outside your comfort zone, you feel alive.
Mm-hmm. The fun-loving, real-world Harry Potter. Julius Dein. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Great to meet you. Thank you.